Dia jemput teknikal, makan segera, makanan dah sampai.
Varsity ini aku berdiri, melangkah mula dan terus berlari, mengejar visi, menggenggam misi. Puncak megah ingin ku tawani, dengan ilmu aku berbakti, julang tradisi, unggulkan Varsity. Ayu semadi hati, katakan ini, we love you BM. We love you, BM. Bersentiasa di hati, kaulah inspirasi. Ayo berlari, menggapai visi, berilmu berbakti. Oh, We love you BM, we love you BM. Sentiasa di hati, kaulah inspirasi. Ayo berlari, menyamai visi, berilmu berbakti. Love you BM, we love you BM. Love you BM, we love you BM. Di varsity ini aku berdiri, melangkah mula dan terus berlari, mengejar visi, menggenggam misi. Puncak megah ingin kutawani, dengan ilmu aku berbakti, julang tradisi, unggulkan varsity. Ayu semadi hati, katakan ini, we love you BM. We love you, BM. Kau sentiasa di hati, kaulah inspirasi. Ayo berlari.
Hello there, I'm Chanman Kang and this is my final year project. SS22 was created to improve the SOP compliance as well as the cleaning and disinfecting efficiency for the restaurant. With UV light installed, the dining table can enhance the disinfection process. It has a new cleaning technique which is by peeling off the bioplastic sheets on the table. Simple, sustainable, made in 2022, introducing SS22 dining table.
Hi, my name is Nelson Han, and this is my final year project. Read Yellow Fort. Yellow Fort is a stress-relief product, a design that helps to have user takes care after doing that perfectly.
Terbaik, memang cukup Malaysia.
I want a toothpaste that lets me eat ice cream without tooth sensitivity.
And gives me long-lasting fresh breath.
Try the new Sensodyne Deep Clean with 24-hour sensitivity protection and foam boost technology that gives you long-lasting freshness. New Sensodyne Deep Clean.
Ajaibnya bila serasi mesti terus menari mengikut irama hati. Nari menari ceria hati hebat sekali. Hebat sekali.
Looking for high-quality milk? Frisso Gold offers milk from high-quality cow breed, freshly delivered and preserves more than 90% natural nutrients for good digestion, stronger inside. Frisso Gold.
Food Panda knows good food and all the best deals. Download the app and order now.
Satu, dua, tiga. Satu, dua, tiga. Satu, dua, tiga. Test. Test, test.
Diumumkan ketibaan rembesan defense mechanism.
Test. Okay. Okay.
Pada tetamu yang dihormati, dipersilakan duduk kerana kita akan memulakan majlis dalam 5 minit lagi. Terima kasih, kerjasama anda sangat amat kami hargai. Ulang suara, tetamu yang dihormati dipersilakan duduk dan memenuhi ruang di hadapan. Kerjasama anda amat kami hargai. Terima kasih.
Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, selamat datang ke Majlis Rancangan World Bicara Forum Sea Showcase 2022. Majlis kami akan bermula tidak lama lagi. Di sini terdapat beberapa peringatan lembut dari pihak penganjur. Pertama, sila matikan telefon bimbit anda atau bukaan berkeadaan mod senyap sepanjang majlis berlangsung. Kedua, sila duduk di tempat yang disediakan dan penuhkan ruangan hadapan terlebih dahulu. Ketiga, semasa pengumuman ketibaan tamu hormat, hadirin minta berdiri dan terus berdiri sehingga lagu Negara Kuda dan Putera Gemilang selesai dinyanyikan. Keempat, jika berlaku sebarang kecemasan, hadirin diminta bertenang. Sila ikut arahan pegawai bertugas dan sila tinggalkan dewan dengan cara teratur. Sekian, terima kasih. Perhatian kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, rancangan Bola Bicara Forum akan bermula dalam masa 5 minit lagi. Terima kasih atas kerjasama yang diberikan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh kepada tetamu yang dihormati. Selamat datang diucapkan kepada tetamu yang sudi hadir untuk turut serta dalam rancangan Forum Bual Bicara. Rancangan Forum Bual Bicara yang bertajuk The Journey I Wonder, Your Journey We Wonder bersama panelis jemputan Zulkarami Mat Hussein, Ko Wesi, Dr. Nicole Fu Chiu Ziang dan Muhammad Khalis Muhammad Nasir bersama moderator kita pada hari ini Dalila Syakira. Sebelum itu, mari kita saksikan video teaser dan montaj stick daripada pelajar tahun akhir.
Dengan itu, majlis berbesar hati mempersilakan forum bual bicara dimulakan.
Assalamualaikum. Terima kasih kepada pengacara majlis. Assalamualaikum. Saya Dalila Syakira merupakan pelajar tahun akhir Reka Bentuk Perindustrian. Selaku moderator, amat berbesar hati dapat mengendalikan program pada petang ini. Saya diingatkan semula yang program ini juga dapat dilayari secara maya di Facebook SEED 2022. Okey, saya mulakan. SEED Showcase 2022. SEED Showcase merupakan pameran projek tahun akhir anjuran pelajar tahun akhir Jabatan Reka Bentuk Perindustrian, Fakulti Reka Bentuk dan Seni Bina, Universiti Putra Malaysia. SEED Showcase 2022 yang bertemakan Culturing COVID-19 membincangkan tentang isu-isu diakibatkan oleh COVID-19. Seperti yang kita tahu, dunia telah pun dilanda wabak COVID-19 dalam beberapa tahun dan akhirnya sekarang kita berada di dalam fasa endemik. Sebelum kita mulakan majlis, majlis amat berbesar hati didatangi panelis-panelis yang pakar dalam Reka Bentuk Perindustrian dan juga merupakan alumni. Selepas sesi tamat, akan diadakan sesi Q&A. Panelis akan menjawab soalan yang diajukan dari tetamu serta para penonton yang sedang menyaksikan program ini secara live. Tanpa melengahkan waktu lagi, mari kita mulakan sesi Sembang Santai bersama alumni yang bertajuk The Journey I Wonder, Your Journey We Wonder. Saya mulakan dengan pengenalan ringkas panelis-panelis. Dimulakan dengan panelis pertama kita pada petang ini iaitu Cik Ko Wesi yang merupakan styling photography analyst. Dan seterusnya Dr. Nicole Fu Chiu Siang yang merupakan lecturer di Santai University. Dan seterusnya Encik Muhammad Khalis yang merupakan styling designer di DK Schweizer. Okay. Dan akhir sekali Encik Zulkarami yang merupakan technical designer di Euro Facade Tech. Jadi sebelum kita mulakan forum kita, saya ingin panelis-panelis untuk memperkenalkan sedikit latar belakang panelis. So dimulakan dengan Miss Kowesi. Ya, introduce latar belakang sedikit.
Hello. So hi everyone, I'm Wei. So I'm graduate in years 2017. So like 4 to 5 years since I graduated. So I'm currently working in a company called Steelcase Office Solution. So what we did is we provide solution to other companies so that to create a better working environment and also let them to feel better when they're working in the office lah. So currently I didn't work as a designer after I graduate. I actually working as a product graphic analyst. So yeah, a bit complicated to explain here, but basically is we created something kind of like a product catalog, but we are helping our sales team, to create orders. So when they design, they know what are the products that be available in the system, and also they know how to putting the order, making those configuration. Yep. So maybe I will explain it a bit later if we have time. So yeah, I think that's all. I'll pass to Doctor.
Thank you so much. So my name is Nicole. Actually from UPM as well, graduated in 2008. Okay, that's very old. Anyway, okay, so now I'm actually teaching at Santai University, but there's no industrial design department over there, so I'm teaching interior design. And I'm also a social media influencer now. If you want to be an influencer, just let me know. I can give you some tips. What else do you want to know? Nothing. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat petang. Nama saya Muhammad Khalis bin Muhammad Nasir dan saya grad tahun 2019. Mungkin saya rasa saya yang paling muda kat sini lah. So sekarang saya bekerja di DK Schweizer Sembilan Berhad sebagai styling designer. Dan itu saja kot daripada saya.
Assalamualaikum and hi, saya Zulkarami, batch ketiga and then grad 2007 I think. Currently my current kerja lah more to dah lari bidang a bit more to architecture. So yeah, actually there is some route I need to face lah. So nanti kita cerita when we sharing the session. Right, so just briefly, that's all. Thanks.
Terima kasih panelis untuk menceritakan sedikit latar belakang. Seperti yang kita tahu, yang Encik Zulkarami merupakan antara batch yang terawal. Macam Encik Zulkarami cakap, Encik adalah batch yang ketiga. So mesti pengalaman Encik panjang sampailah sekarang ni. So Encik Zulkarami boleh sambung ceritakan tentang perjalanan Encik daripada dulu sampai sekarang.
Right, boleh. Actually yang sekarang ni adalah yang final year kan. Tahun berapa sekarang? Tahun ketiga. Empat. Sekarang 4 Alright. So yeah, I believe some of you guys they keep thinking what you need to do after you graduate. So it's sometimes it will be a dilemma in your own mindset. So it's okay, it's normal. The journey is for me lah, after graduate. Actually in the beginning, saya start from Polytechnic Johor Bahru. Start from CJL, 2 years at Polytechnic Johor Bahru, and then after that kerja normal biasa je, and then continue the study in diploma 1 year at same Polytechnic Johor Bahru. After that kerja setahun, and then after that apply for degree in UPM. So the journey is quite tough because last time I was thinking I want to learn from CJL. Actually I can jump to the diploma or degree, but I was thinking I want to learn from below. I'm set myself like that because I want to learn how the process itself. Yeah, a bit tough, but yeah, it's teach me a lot and give me a lot of experience. And after once I graduate at the UPM, while I'm at UPM, when we do the latihan industry, right? So at that time, I already set in my mind that I want to become the furniture designer. So I'm chasing a few of company that I can do the latihan industry, and yes, I got it, alhamdulillah. And then after that, once I grade, my first job is to become the interior designer in one of the company at Sembang. And after a few months, I'm applied as a furniture designer at Batu Cave that time with Fitech. I think some of you guys maybe went to Fitech before. So yeah, from that one, because of my passion, I was thinking I want to explore the design industry in furniture design, especially to create the design language, or you want to create your own furniture. But yes, a bit tough because who are you? Because you are just a small guy. You was thinking you want to change, you want to design something which is related to your country because of the culture, everything. Yes, a bit tough because for me, the process quite long and you need a lot of teamwork. So after a few years in the design industry, I think 7 years, furniture industry. So I was thinking I want to change to the other more challenging, which is I keep thinking because I love to see the building, the design, how they make it, how they build it. So I'm trying to one company which is I'm working right now and apply the job, and alhamdulillah until now I'm still working in this company. One of our project was they call it 1MDB tower. Yeah, that one, and Salom Maling Bridge. That is our project as well. Some of it, which is Chowkit Hotel. There is a few in Malaysia and Aussie project as well. So why I still maintain on this job because I'm following my passion. So I think as a design student, the big why is how you want to survive in the industry or after you graduate is the big why on yourself, about your passion. Follow your passion. I think there's a little bit sharing from my personal side. Right, that's all.
Thank you Cik Zulkarami. Banyak pengalaman yang Cik Zulkarami cerita daripada awal and then tukar bidang. So lepas ni kita ke panelis seterusnya iaitu Dr. Nicole. So Dr. Nicole daripada segi akademik, so kita mungkin nak dengar cerita daripada Dr. Nicole macam mana Dr. Nicole sampai sekarang. Thank you.
So for me, I'm a person who doesn't know what I really want in my life. So when I just joined here as a student that time after matriculation from Pahang, then I was like, you want me to study a degree, but I don't know what I really want. I want to be a nurse. So I that time my friend actually helped me to fill up the form I'm not sure whether it's still the same now. Last time it used to be 8 columns, you know. So you can choose like top 1, 2, 3, which one you want. So I told my friend I don't want to choose anything. So my friend, she's now a lawyer lah. Okay, so she say, so I simply fill out for you ah. I said, okay, you simply fill. And then after that, when I came over here, you know what happened? Because it's written there, reka bentuk dalam bracket perindustrian. So I thought I came here to do architecture, but it's to design factory, you know. So I was so excited. Oh my God, I could tell the whole kampong because I'm from a small kampong, right? So I say, oh, I can be an architect, you know. But when I joined here that time, after the orientation, so they told me, no, you are reka bentuk perindustrian, you go to the other side. So I'm like, huh? So what's the difference? So that time I actually struggled a lot. I tried to change course, but wasn't allowed also. They say your result must be very good, then you can change. So I studied very hard. That time for my first semester, I even took management, accounting from the main campus, Thai language, everything that you can think of, I take already. I took all, and I scored quite well for the first semester. So I was very happy. I went to see Mr. Badro. I said, Mr. Badro, I nak tukar, Mr. Badro kan that time. I nak tukar. Then dia kata, you punya result okay ke? Okay je cantik, 3.6 kot. Then dia kata, tak boleh lah, you potensi sebab you 3.6. So you potensi dalam this one, so you cannot change. Then I'm like, huh? Okay, so I go back to my class. There's another classmate from Sarawak. He told me, oh, my result very bad, so I think I got chance. So he went to see Mr. Badro. 2.0 his result. He said, Mr. Badro, I can change kan, boleh tukar. Mr. Badro, dia kata tak boleh. Your result so poor, you tukar pun tak jadi apa. So at the end, I remember how I passed my 3 years here. Last time was 3 years only. Every day crying. Every single day crying over here because I cannot change and my family don't have financial support, so I cannot go anywhere else. And then that's why it makes me today become a lecturer because after I graduated, I thought I would still love doing design. So here you start to know, actually I'm not good at designing. That's why I cried. I tak ada basic foundation in any design. I was all this while from science stream, everything until matriculasi, science physical. So it was a tough journey lah. 3 years of crying. Then after that, when I graduated, I joined interior design, but I feel it very tough for me because we always have to go to the site, and then it's very hot, you know, like a bit princessy syndrome lah. So after that, I decided to study master and my doctorate also here from Dr. Zulkifli Muslim. He already what do you call retired Basara. So that's after that I will join teaching. Okay, so is there anything else that y'all want to know from me? I hope, let's say, because some of you might be the same like me, you know, because after you graduate or maybe while you are studying, you actually do not know what you really want in your life. It's just like me. But I think the key point here is you have to be consistent. You have to buat saja. Tak kisah apa-apa yang terjadi, you just have to complete it. Because what I see a lot of people, even now my students, they didn't want to complete their course because they think I'm not suitable, I cannot do this. They always have this kind of negative thinking. So if you have this kind of negative thoughts in your life, whatever you do, you won't be success. So I just think that you have to stay consistent, keep your brain open, your mind open, and so when you are doing anything, you can be successful. Anything you want to ask?
I want to ask.
Okay.
I'm a final year student, so like right now, I still actually don't know what I need to do. So like Dr. Nico says, like we need to like do whatever it takes, like to finally find something to do. So how about like if I don't want to be a lecturer, so I actually don't know what should I do next. So do you have any like advice?
I can't give much advice, but I can just share my personal experience. So before I really wanted to be a lecturer, so I do not know what I really want, right? So that time, it was a very down time for me, but I don't have money. I'm not working, my family member is not rich, my parents are penore geta. So what I did, I just write a lot online. So I started on blogging, I started sharing stuff I like, food on Instagram. Suddenly, I get a lot of followers. So at the same time, that's why I mentioned to you guys, I'm an Instagrammer now as well. So I get a lot of ambassadors, jobs, branding that actually comes to me that you get paid from writing and taking pictures. So I think, right, while you are waiting for something that you want, you do not know what you want, try to do something that what he mentioned just now, something that you have the passion in it. So you won't live a life working, you know. There's never a day in your life is working because you are doing something that you like and you will never know that things will make you money. Okay?
Thank you Dr. Nicole.
Thank
Like,
you.
Maksudnya macam buat sesuatu yang mendatangkan hasil, like apa-apa je dan akhirnya jumpa yang kita nak.
Yes, correct. Yeah, right.
Okay, seterusnya kita pass pada Miss Kowesi.
Okay, so I'm thinking where should I start my story? Okay, so why I get into industrial design is basically I like to draw. So that was makes me apply for this course lah, because design seems something that closer to drawing. But I'm afraid that if I'm doing the pure art, I won't get any true job in the real world, right? So I'm choosing design. So I thought like choosing will bring me to somewhere that I can do drawing and arts in my daily life when I'm really become part of the society. So then I started with industrial design, and then I found out that I didn't really have much talent in model making as well as design. So I struggle a lot. I compare a lot myself with my peers. But anyway, I get to graduate lah, because industrial design nowadays, you just not just all about the design. You also have to take other course. So at the end, you still got some pointer that looks quite nice, right? At the end. So how do I get to this job is actually I also not sure what happened that time. So I remember when I'm trying to apply for internship, I have a LinkedIn account, I have those job street online. So one day I'm writing my thesis, someone is calling me, hi, are you Mr. Kawesi, Miss Kawesi, and are you interested to listen to our current opening, which is this product graphic analyst. So yeah, that's how I got into this job. So this job is actually under IT department, is under a team called product data management. So something very new for me, and I have no ideas what are they doing, right? Because all of my friends become designer or marketing, all looks very happy in their life, they get their dream job anyway. But I'm in IT department and I'm surrounded by people from different background. IT is really very different from design. The way they're doing their work, the way they're thinking. So from my observation, I think design students, they are more freedom, more aesthetic. But for IT people, they are more logical thinking and, very programming style. And we can't really communicate well. So at that time, actually, I aim to change team. I want to change to the design team. So we have a team there called sales support team. All right, so they have this design team doing all this interior design for office, and yeah, fantastic. Their work is like beautiful. So I like, okay, I want to be in that team. But that time, my manager told me like, oh, maybe you can study what we had in our what we have in our company. So yeah, in my job, basically, I'm creating the product catalog and also updating the catalog. So through that, I actually can go through the whole portfolio in my company. So actually, in my job, so it's only limited to a product that we offer in Asia Pacific. Not to mention that we have US counterpart and also EMEA. So I mean Europe. So we have US and then Europe and also APAC. So APAC is the smallest, but in the portfolio we already got like more than 20 books. So yeah, from there you can study a lot about the products, design kind of thing. So from there, actually, I really know very little on product. Like for example, the chair that you are sitting right now, is that just chair or actually they call bench, or there are 1-seater, 2-seater, sofa, chaise lounge, whatever you call that. So what apply on that part? Is that wood? Is that upholstery, leather? Is that what kind of material actually outside and inside the material, and then is that wood, is that steel, stainless steel, or apa-apa kan? So yeah, actually from there you know how little that you know about product design. So you want to know how the material is actually influence the product design itself, and not just on the design part. If you want to sell your product to overseas, what test, what compliance you actually have to gone through. So you know sometimes they say, oh, this bench is very cheap. I know this thing, the cost is only like 50 ringgit, but they sell like 2,000. Why? Why are they selling so high? Is that just margin? Is that just marketing? Or actually they send like 100 pieces of sitting, they send to a lab, do all the testing, and actually that cost that absorbed by the company. So when you work in a multinational company and then you see how they're selling the products to overseas, and then how the team struggle to get everything ready and launch and be able to order from online or through what kind of a platform that they have. So yeah, I think that's very interesting. And from there, I actually also got to see how industrial design helped my current career. So I think what my difference with other teams is like some team they just work on data, some team they're just purely on graphic, but we are like the orang tengah. So they have this data, they have this graphic, they have to map together. But when they map together, sometimes we need to find out the illogic part. So we help them to solve it. So ensure that when the designer they want to use that graphic, all the data is ready, is correct, especially on the pricing, etc. So it's a very sensitive thing I can tell you for pricing in the real world. So yeah, so currently I still stay in that team. I didn't manage to change to that design team, but I found that I found my happiness in that team, and also I think some of you guys might be thinking which area that I should go for. Like you can have a lot of choice, like graphic, like marketing, ad design, ad agency. But I think you really want to understand the field that you go for. For example, if you really want high pay, actually you can look for oil and gas. Yeah, automotive. And yeah, please bear in mind, don't really compare yourself with your peer on the salary, the starting salary, but make sure that the company pay you fairly. All right. So yeah, there will be a lot of talking about salary, but yeah, let's stop there.
Thank you, Miss Kowisi. Actually, I want to ask a question. Like you are choosing product graphic analyst to be your, is it your first job? Yes. Like you need to actually apply the knowledge you get from industrial design to to your to your job, right? Like you actually apply a little bit the knowledge to actually do the job, right? Okay. So that's mean that this course will lead to many job offers out there, right?
Actually, it helps me to understand 3D models. Like not everyone out there that can actually access and understand the 3D models. And then for industrial design, you also think of the logical way, like how the system is going to connect with each other, and the spacing required, this kind of thing, all the screw and the bracket. I don't have to design it by myself, honestly. I just go through what they have designed, then I just kind of like put them into something that other can understand about this product. But truly, industrial design, this course helped me to understand better and think logically how the things can be connected, and understand the different maybe screw by screw, but probably just through the label they're putting lah. But not everything I know. Sometimes, not sometimes, I Google a lot as well. Right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So kita ke panelis seterusnya iaitu Encik Muhammad Khalid.
Okay. First pengalaman saya dalam industrial design ni sebenarnya saya bermula pada diploma UiTM. So bila first time kita dapat offer lepas SPM, macam saya sendiri pun saya bukan orang yang minat dalam melukis, rendering itu apa semua tu memang saya tak pernah ada minat. So bila kita dah dapat offer untuk sambung diploma tu, just pergi je. Tak tahu course ni yang macam mana, apa yang kena buat lepas tu. Mungkin kita expect macam dalam yang kita selalu tengok orang pergi kelas bawa buku. Tapi saya punya first impression, saya dah bila masuk sana pagi-pagi dah kena bawa dawai masuk bengkel. Itu projek macam ini course apa sebab kita expect lain. Bila masuk dalam industri design ni macam apa benda ni pagi-pagi kena bawa dawai kan. Siapa je yang tak ni. So start daripada situ kita slow-slow follow the rules. Macam kita ikut apa yang mungkin bila kita masuk first sem, second sem kita tak nampak lagi apa yang kita cuba nak lalui benda tu. Tapi macam daripada saya sendiri, saya minat tu datang kemudian. Kira kata dah masuk third sem, fourth sem barulah minat tu sendiri main. Sebab saya suka bila masuk ke arah macam dalam UiTM dia ada major furniture, transport dengan produk. So bila saya dapat major major furniture, dekat situ saya mula minat. Tapi semua benda tu datang satu-satu. Sebab saya bukannya orang yang power dalam sketches. Saya cuma just fokus untuk model making. Kalau untuk sketches tu, benda tu kita grow up slow-slow. Apa yang kita belajar sebelum tu mungkin kita boleh apply ke depan. Contoh macam saya daripada UiTM, bila masuk ke UPM, culture dia tu sangat lain. Sebab bila kita duduk UiTM, memang kita zero knowledge. Dan memang setiap kelas yang kita masuk tu, apa projek yang kita buat tu memang selalu kena hentam lah. Apa yang kita buat tu seolah-olah macam ada je benda yang tak okey kan. Tapi bila kita masuk first tu, kita rasa macam nak give up lah dekat situ. Sebab saya sendiri pun macam dah tak nak sambung ke degree. Tak expect pun untuk sambung degree. Sebab kita bila habis diploma kita kalau boleh nak terus kerja kan. Sebab bagi saya bila kita fresh nak masuk dalam alam kerja ni sangat susah. Sebab apa yang saya lalui, saya pergi interview, banyak tempat lah yang saya pernah interview lepas diploma tu, banyak yang kena reject lah sebab kita zero experience. So bila masuk ke degree tu tak expect pun sebab saya masuk degree pun sebab tak dapat kerja kan. Bila kita tak dapat kerja, okay tak apalah, kita sambung study je lah kan. Itulah pilihan yang ada kan. So bila kita masuk, dapat sambung degree, masuk ke UPM, semuanya bermula bila saya dalam UPM lah. Saya macam first kita masuk kelas sketches dengan yang saya ingat sekali time tu dengan Dr. Raja. Sebab kita cuba first masuk, kita buat projek macam biasa, macam sebab kita dah ada sikit pengalaman dalam diploma. So bila masuk dalam UPM tu, semua benda jadi mudah. Sebab apa yang saya rasa macam dekat sini dia bukan yang menghentam lah. Macam okay saya masuk, kebanyakan kat sini macam banyak mengajar lah. So sampai dekat situ, and then bila dalam study pun ada juga benda yang saya tak minat. Contohnya macam buat 3D. 3D ni benda kalau bagi saya sepanjang saya belajar, panel yang saya buat tu saya tak pernah create 3D. Tapi banyaklah macam mungkin saya tak tahu lah, ada lecturer yang tahu tak, sebab saya buat benda-benda tu semua saya just bila model dah siap, sebab saya suka model making. Sebab bila saya buat model making siap awal, saya akan set up satu macam mini studio. Saya akan snap gambar model tu bagi macam dia nampak benda tu macam 3D. So selama 4 tahun saya dekat UPM ni memang saya tak minat langsung buat 3D. And then apa yang saya buat sampailah saya final year, orang ingat dalam panel saya tu itu adalah 3D yang saya buat. Padahal itu bukan 3D. Saya buat tu semua saya gambar daripada real model. Sebab sebab saya memang orang yang kira kata bukan minat ke arah tu. Bila dah tak minat, kita memang tinggal lah benda tu. Sebab bila kita buat benda tu tak jadi, dia akan nampak okey ni kekurangan dia kat situ. Orang akan benda lain, bila benda lain dah okey, satu benda je yang tak okey, itu akan jadi yang orang nampak. Orang takkan nampak yang okey. And then bila dekat situlah yang saya macam tak apalah, saya follow je apa yang ni. Bila dah habis je degree, saya ada apply banyak tempat lah yang saya pergi. Tempat yang kerja yang saya apply pun kalau boleh saya nak elak daripada benda yang saya tak suka. Bila contoh macam itulah 3D lah. Bila saya apply tak dapat, then sekarang ni saya dapat offer yang sekarang saya kerja sekarang ni dekat DK Leadership. Bila masuk dekat situ, memang dia 100% guna 3D. Nak tak nak saya kena hadap juga benda tu. Sampailah sekarang. Sebab tu saya cakap dia minat tu dia datang kemudian. Dia tak semestinya apa yang kita minat sekarang dia akan dapat lepas dia dah habis. Sebab macam saya sendiri pun itulah yang saya selalu hadapi, yang minat saya tu selalu datang kemudian. Sampailah sekarang benda yang saya tak minat dalam buat 3D tu, sekarang ni memang hari-hari kerja saya memang menghadap 3D. Okey, itu je daripada saya.
Terima kasih. Terima kasih kepada panelis-panelis kerana sharekan semua latar belakang. So macam Cik Khalis cakap, Cik kata minat tu datang kemudian. Encik Zulkarami minat datang kemudian juga ke yang bertukar kepada technical designer?
Actually from furniture to facade design is totally macam different thing lah. By the way, masa on furniture design, actually my ex-boss is here, actually, Mr. Sofyan. He was my ex-boss, chief designer when I was at Phytex. So but right now he was a YB already. All right, so it goes to my story from furniture to architecture industry. Why I changed? Actually, it's a quite different way, right? Actually, I follow my passion. 2 years before I joined the current company, I keep digging about the building, about the design, about the architecture. So I was googling the design, especially from Zaha Hadid. So I was thinking, how did they make the building? How did they build it? So my passion, mostly every day I will open I will do the research. So since that time was actually when I'm further my study in master part time, so a bit tough lah actually. So in that time, when you keep finding your passion, so mesti you nak go to that journey, right? So suddenly my colleague, my friend actually, he called me and then he asked me, I would like to join the company. And I said, what? He explained about the company, and I said, yes. I said, yes, why not? I know it will be a bit tough because I haven't worked in the construction or architecture industry. So, but I want to try. I want to test myself. Is it I can go to that journey that I really want? And then, yeah, alhamdulillah, I'm passed and I get a job. So what I can share with you guys, which is don't scare. Don't scare. If you feel you want to do something, you want to follow about your passion, you let's say when you are finally right now, you didn't know what you want to do, but you have something which is passionately, you want to do this. Just go for it. It's okay if fail or you do the mistake. It's okay. Fail right now. I think if you fail right now, it's a good point for you as well. You learn from it. You fail one time and you get up one time. So just what the biggest point is patient, attitude, discipline. So yeah, in the meantime also you need to have a good contact or network so that you can gain knowledge from your surrounding, not just in your current friend as well. You need to find your colleague, let's say from other background, from let's say from accountant, from engineering, let's say, or either from lawyer clique. So from that one, you can build your networking. So once you build your networking, that one is the good point for you. Let's say for future, if you want to do something, you can easily get the info just by your networking. Right. That's all for right now.
Okay, thank you Encik Zugarami. Okay, next I want to ask question, nak tanya soalan tentang kita kan dah berapa tahun pandemic and then kita sekarang masuk endemic. So Dr. Nico as a lecturer, how do you like doing during the pandemic as a lecturer?
You mean teaching? So during the pandemic, at first I thought the students gonna be in trouble because especially for industrial design course, I mean for any design courses, graphic design, interior design, you all have to go to the workshop and get hands-on stuff, right? Okay, so at first, especially I'm teaching furniture design and model making, so I'm like, what? You want me to teach online? So how do I teach? And at that time at a point of time that was like very sudden. They say, okay, switch everything online. How do I switch things online when there's no BenQ in your house, right? So I was thinking, okay, so I have to try to search for model making videos and tips on doing material knowledges and things like that, so that my students know, even without the lecturer, they can read themselves, they watch the video to understand. But miracle really happens. During the pandemic, right, the result is actually much better than what they do in the BenQ. Because I believe sometimes the student will think that when I want to do things like that, I want to go back to the workshop, there is hard to find time, I'm worried and I'm scared to handle the machines, and there are so many excuses. Okay, but when you are staying at home, you have nowhere to go. So you have plenty of time in doing, and that was the time also we started to let our students to explore on sustainable material, upcycling, recycle. So they are using all the materials from home to do. So then they realize actually it does not matter how much money you spend on the material, on the tools that you have, but it's the time and effort. Because if they willing to give more time, the material, regardless how ugly or how simple is the material, they can make it perfect in a way. So I think this works lah.
So after the pandemic, the quality of the student after the pandemic is actually okay. It's not worrying like.
No, it's actually good. It's actually quite good. But the things that is lacking now is all about mental health, because it has been 3 years. You know, I actually have one batch of students. I never met them before. Until recently, they graduate. And I went to the diploma show. I asked them, what's your name? Because I only remember their names, right? Sometimes when you are doing online, I can't see your faces. They are very shy to turn on the camera. So I only remember their names. So when you tell me who you are, I cannot recognize, especially with the mask on. So I only remember your name. So, but that time, they are actually, how to say, their outcome is actually much better than the previous batch. So I think it doesn't matter pandemic or endemic. It's about your character and your attitude on how you want to make things work. It's just like one of my friend, he is an entrepreneur. So he used to sell travel souvenirs and stuff like that. But during the pandemic, there's no travel allowed. So he almost become bankruptcy, because there's no business and he has a lot of expenses as well. So all the staff got retrenched and they are very sad lah. Okay, but the thing is he refused to change. So for example, some people they know this is the pandemic and this pandemic is going to an end, so I have to change to adapt. In Mandarin, we say we have to 变啦, okay, change lah. If you change, you do something else first in order to support what you really want in the final destination, that will work. But if you are very stubborn, you keep on insisting on something that is unreachable, you will not success in any stream or any field.
Thank you, Dr. Nicole. How about Miss Ko Isi? Waktu pandemik, kerja kan sektor tutup. So macam mana kerja dan macam mana bila kembali semula kepada endemik, macam mana cara kerja, ada SOP?
I'll say at first everyone is very happy lah. Because we got to work from home, so you can save a lot of time from traveling, driving cars, right? So at the beginning we feel very happy, very excited, but we got a little bit influence on our salary wise because the company is trying to do some cost down, cutting down some costs, but everything is still okay because my company is kind of like the company that I'm working right now is have very tight. They're really working on very tight on their cash flow lah. So they're making sure the company is running okay. But things, they just last very long, especially in my company. We are actually an office, we're selling office furniture, right? So imagine when there's no one back to office, why they're going to buy your furniture? Okay, so actually even company also, they have to think of a way of changing. So last time our company only sell things to companies, we call it B2B business. So a lot of end user, they don't really know our brand. So yeah, that's the time the company they're starting to expand their business to reaching out more end user, the customers. So they're also trying to develop this B2C model. And yeah, actually there's a much more different when you're selling selling furniture to a company compared to end user. End user, they have a lot of how to say, opinion lah. If like for example I'm buying something on Shopee, right? I will definitely picking a lot of things in terms of price, the color, the quality, especially with selling very high end, very expensive chairs. Then they cannot sit and try on the chair. So they will wonder why this chair is selling so expensive. I couldn't even try on the chair. So yeah, that's very struggle time on that. And as a workers inside the company, what impact the first is definitely the salary and also business kind of thing. And slowly, we also noticed that the project got delayed because the plant is keep shutting down. They're not shutting down, but they got on hold because pandemic, they're trying to control the working hours, they're having the rotation. So the production couldn't catch up. So even we get everything ready and they say, production is not ready. And yeah, everything we've done, we just keep waiting to launch. And we have several plants in China, in India, and also in Malaysia. So each plant is actually have this period of pausing their work at different period. So the project management, they keep, revising their plan, arranging the timeline again and again. So we really feel that our work is being interrupted, even though we just work there. And another thing is human interaction and connection. So during pandemic, there are people coming in and coming out, going out, and then we don't really know each other. Right? We never meet each other. We just hi bye online, and then you want to leave already, but I never meet you in person anyway. So even now we're starting to go back to office. We are meeting people like new colleague. We don't even know who they are. There's one time, one people just got into our office. He's not even the employer, but no one chased him out because everyone thought he's a new employee. But end up, our management team, they sent out email saying that there's a security issue, that someone broke into our office and tried to look for a job. Then we only noticed we meet that guy before. Actually, he's not the employee. Okay, so yeah, I think working in this industry also make me think a lot, like, because from the pandemic, people realize that they can actually work from home. So why do they still need to go to office? From company perspective, they will think, oh, actually the employee that work at home, I can even save more. I can save the rental. I have to buy so many furniture. I don't have to set up the pantry, the drinks, and I don't have to pay the bills and so on. And why office still exists? Yeah, I think there's a lot of discussion going on, like not just us, but also on the company level. They're also trying to find out, telling people that office is still needed by the people. And from our own experience is, yeah, actually through human and human connection, it sometimes is really make you feel, oh, you really belong to the team. You are working with the team. You are not working alone, and you're not just work for work, something like that. So yeah, we will see how things goes after the pandemic, pandemic, right? Okay.
Encik Kalis merupakan like macam young designer lah, baru graduate yang kita. Encik Kalis adalah senior saya waktu saya masuk first year. So ni macam first time juga dah jumpa lepas 4 tahun. Encik Kalis punya macam mana pengalaman Encik Kalis sepanjang like kan lepas graduate je ada pandemik pula. Lepas tu endemic. Macam mana perjalanan Encik Kalis?
Okay, untuk lepas pada time tu saya rasa saya baru masuk dalam beberapa bulan, and then bila saya masuk tu saya mengharap dapat belajar 3D face to face dengan senior-senior saya dekat sana. And then bila lepas pada saya masuk dalam beberapa bulan lepas tu lockdown. And then bila dekat situlah yang saya mula struggle sikit seorang-seorang tu, sebab yalah kita kena buat benda yang kita kurang minat, tapi kita kena juga try benda tu. Sebab tu bila dah ada peluang untuk work from home, saya banyaklah contact dengan designer saya dekat Dubai. Banyak bertanya dengan dia, dan yelah sebab kita dah tak tahu dengan siapa yang kita cuba nak refer. Apa yang saya buat tu pun saya jalankan. Saya buat apa yang macam bila ada masalah tu, macam sekarang ni pun terlalu banyak platform yang mudah kalau kita nak belajar software. Sepanjang pandemik tu pun boleh, kalau buka saya punya history untuk YouTube tu macam-macam lah, how to. Okay, banyaklah benda yang saya cuba explore sendiri kan. Okay, setakat yang tu, itu je lah yang sebab saya pun masih baru lagi dekat situ. So tak banyak benda yang saya hadap lagi.
So maksudnya Encik Kalis waktu kerja tu belum pandemik. Lepas tu dah start kerja, pandemik, baru kerja. Lepas tu macam mana lepas habis je pandemik dah masuk endemik, sekarang kan sektor dah buka seperti biasa. So macam mana pengalaman kerja tu? Ada rasa macam janggal ke?
Bila bila dah habis work from home tu, ya siapa je tak rasa malas kan. Sebab kita work from home, kita follow kita punya masa sendiri. Tak kisahlah macam at least kita capai kita punya KPI, itu dah cukup. Kalau kita nak drag masa kerja tu buat malam tu, terpulang lah. Cumanya kita kena adalah macam saya sendiri pun, saya ada drag masa saya sendiri. Tapi dekat situ juga saya masa sepanjang pandemik jugalah yang saya lagi banyak buat freelance. Sebab saya siang memang saya try fokus untuk saya punya kerja tetap. And then bila pandemik tu tak ada benda yang kita cuba buat. So saya lagi banyak buat freelance sampai malam. Okay, itu memang aktiviti saya lah yang memang saya selalu buat. Itu.
Okey, terima kasih Encik Kalis. Macam mana pula dengan Encik Zulkarami bekerja sepanjang pandemik, lepas tu bertukar kepada endemik, ada SOP yang perlu diubah ke?
Yeah, actually when yeah, we have a meeting in the office, which is the management said we need to work from home, and I was, what should I do? I was thinking, what should I do? Because my routine, okay, my routine for the current task is for current job, which is I need to go the factory, I need to go to the site, I need to go to supplier to choose the material and everything, and then go to the office, check up for the design, the progress and everything, and then check for the order that we already made, so that we can meet on time. So when it's happened, I was shocked actually. At the moment, I was a bit take about a day lah, so that I need to realize, no, you have to work the at home. So it's quite tough. Actually, once the pandemic start, technically the working hours for me is more than when I'm working at at office, because first client didn't go anywhere, so when they focus on the design, let's say for the busy, oh, I want to change this, oh, I discuss with you, hey, I want to change this one, oh, this area I want to change. So they have a lot of time because they cannot go anywhere, so then they want, suddenly they want to change this area, this time, this part, and then I want to change some design. So it's quite a bit stress for our side. So every day we working, technically we working more than 8 hours or 9 hours a day. But yeah, it's depend on the industry as well itself. For our industry, yes, we have to, yeah, of course, because the client asking regarding the change in the design and everything. So we have to discuss with the management. Yeah, either we can change the design, either we can reduce the cost. Yeah, because it is if affected as well for the budget as well, right? And but luckily, once pandemic, our company got offered to do some project in Cairo that time. So on I think on the October, I flew with some clique to Cairo, and it's quite a good experience lah, because everybody cannot fly abroad from Malaysia, right? So when suddenly you need to go to the OC once on pandemic start, so it's quite shock for me and a bit scared. So I can get the COVID-19. So yeah, it's a bit experience. So once you went to the other to Cairo, so I learned a lot of course how the difference, the environment between Malaysia and Egypt. So I think the good thing is, yeah, like some of you said, the mental health is affected to all of us. Yes, it is. But as a human being, we need to find ourselves so that we not demotivate. Yeah, some of our colleagues, they cannot do any job because that is their daily routine, which is they need to find the client to so that they can survive. Some of them is really down. So I think the best is surrounding yourself, the family support. So of course yourself also need to have a good mindset, so that whatever happen, I was keep thinking, whatever happen, if you demotivate, so there will be something good news for you. It's like when it was raining, so after raining there will be a rainbow, right? So good scenery. So just thinking positive about whatever happen on yourself. That's all I think.
Okay, thank you, Encik Sukarami. So, Dr. Nicole, I have a question for you. Like you say that the quality is better. The student is like they can do works well, but there's a few student maybe lacking of it. So, how do you like uruskan macam mana nak handle the situation for a student?
During the pandemic, online learning time, right? I think it's not so much about they cannot pick up, because some of the students they will say, I don't have this material, I don't have people to help me, and I'm staying in a very small room. I don't have space to do design stuff because it requires space. So what our school did, we just let them know that we are flexible with the outcome, so you don't need to exactly do the model making, but you can also submit like 3D rendering, visual rendering if you want. So it is very flexible from our school. So they are okay. But what we can see is the mental health issue, because they don't get to social. They are facing more issue, like they don't have people to discuss when they are having problem about what should I do. They cannot Google because it's like it's a school homework, right? Okay, so it's a design project. They're like, what should I do? They are feeling very shy to ask. They cannot go out and yamcha, because without realizing, last time when we always get the freedom like now, that you always get to hang out with friends, even though you just simply say anything, in Mandarin we call choi sui lah, okay, you just simply say anything, it actually affect your mental health. After that, you go home, you feel, wow, today is a fantastic day. So you get motivation and continue to do the things that you want. But if you are staying at home, you stuck at the same problem and nobody can help you, even talk to you. And some family, they having a parents issue, like divorce or violence, or financial issue, like you start to get retrenched and parents no money, they have to defer their semester. So I think this pandemic brings more problems on mental health that you can't see from many ways. So when they don't get to proceed, because a lot of difficulties that what the school can't help them, like for example, things that we can help, we can reduce the workload from have to submit presentation board. We say, no, you don't have to deal with printing, you just submit digital copies, so they can actually reduce a lot of anxiety. They don't have to think, oh, the printing shop tutup lah, how do I go there? I can only move around 10 kilometers, I cannot go out. So we reduce all these kind of possibilities, but they still have a lot of stress from other sources. So at the end, they normally just defer because don't have financial support, and they have mental issue. So I think this is very serious, that we don't realize that when you hi bye with your friend, you actually makes you feel better in a day.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nicole. Miss Koisi, I have a question. In Dr. Nicole's punya pandangan is students and lecturer, and how about colleague and the mental health?
Mental health. Actually, company is more worried than us lah. Okay, company is trying to offer some kind of a program, the introduce program, because we used to have more human interaction, and then suddenly we have to work solo, like we call solo. So the company actually, they do offer some kind of a program or counseling for us. They say we have this all this hotline, then you can call if you really have some mental issue or kind of thing. So yeah, I think from my side, it's more to teamwork. Especially we are working individually, and then we don't really get into, hey, we got some problem, we just discuss straight away with the one who sit near to you, like beside you, right? And then all of a sudden, is my colleague is doing something else, because everyone is busy with their family. My colleague is all married, so married person that can get very busy with their house chores and then the kids, especially the kids that cannot send to daycare. They have to take care of their kids. So working time is also the time they need to take care of their kids, right? So whenever I need to reach out my colleague, I will be wondering, like, are they free to talk with me, because they need to handle their kids as well as they need to catch up with the work they already have. So if I ask them now, I disturbing their working time. So yeah, it kind of interrupts all this working discussion kind of thing. And then when we're trying to setting up a meeting, it's also quite hard for us because we can't do all this face-to-face communication. So we cannot guess what are the emotion behind the chat lah. So we'll be like, am I talking too hard? are they okay if I'm talking in this way? So yeah, a lot of guessing happens when we cannot see that person's facial expression. So, and then sometimes when you're talking with your boss, and sometimes we need to deal with the user, or we call them a customer, but then they are not really the external customer, but they are the internal customer. For example, as I mentioned earlier, I'm working in IT, and then we need to support the sales team. So the sales team is actually our customer. So sometimes we did something wrong, and then they're not happy with it, right? So they're kind of like sending all this email, and then they want to have this discussion to let us clarify why we did all this wrong thing. And things could be, when you cannot see that person, you actually go harsher. So for example, you are on social media, you cannot see that person, you tend to like comment the thing you just thought of your mind. You won't like sugarcoat the things you want to say, especially yeah, they don't bagi muka at all. You're like, F you. No, that doesn't happen to me, but I heard that happens though. And then, as I mentioned earlier, like everyone could experiencing some kind of stress or mental health issue, right? They don't really notice, but when they're really working and then they hit some roadblock, they just got suddenly very mad. It doesn't look as gentle as they used to be. I mean, some of the people, I didn't really experience that, but things happen, especially there's no face-to-face communication, and then my colleague have to deal with their families, things. Yeah, I think for my case, I'm still quite lucky because my company didn't like retrench or lay off a lot of people in our office during the pandemic. Else, there could be another financial issue to us as well. So we're kind of grateful when we're able to secure our job as well. But we also worry at the same time. I say, if really one day the orders, really go very bad, what happened to us? Because it's an NNC company that can just leave this country when they found that it's not profitable, right? It's very straightforward in the business world. So, but luckily, like the company still want to maintain what they have in here. They take care of us. So yeah, with that, sufficient financial support to myself, and also maybe support some of my family expenses as well. So yeah, it could reduce some of the mental stress for mine. Right.
Okay, thank you for all the panelists for answering the questions. As you know that this forum ada dalam Maya juga, so ada live. So there's a few questions from Facebook. So first, apakah sesuatu yang membuatkan Encik Kalis terus semangat bekerja di DK Schweizer sedangkan Encik Kalis kurang berminat dalam dalam 3D? Okay, daripada Alia Facebook. Soalan dia, apa yang membuatkan Encik Kalis terus semangat bekerja di DK Schweizer sedangkan Encik Kalis kurang berminat dalam 3D?
Okay, saya rasa saya tahu siapa yang tanya tu. Dia macam bila kita bekerja ni, bagi saya yang paling buatkan kita boleh stay dalam satu tempat tu environment dengan kawan rakan sekerja. Sebab yalah, benda yang kita tak minat, and then bila kita duduk bekerja dalam satu team, benda tu akan jadi lebih sukses. Sebab kita bertanya dengan orang, kita belajar dengan senior. Dia keadaan tu sama macam mana kita dalam macam dah final year sekarang. First year, second year, third year, kita banyak ada projek yang grouping. So bila kita tengok projek grouping tu, banyak benda yang sukses, banyak benda yang boleh siap on time, banyak benda yang boleh siap awal. And then bila kita dah masuk final year, semua benda kita kena buat sendiri. Pada masa itulah yang kita akan nampak yang kawan-kawan ni dia akan macam ada yang buat hal sendiri, ada yang ni, ada yang tak membantu. Daripada situlah kita kena sebabnya satu tempat yang saya stay sekarang ni sebab saya punya akan sekerja. Sebab banyak yang membantu saya. Teamwork tu penting.
Okey, terima kasih Encik Kalis kerana menjawab soalan itu. Seterusnya, work environment is really important. Do you guys have advice if facing with a not good work environment? This question is open to all panelists. So, siapa yang nak jawab dulu boleh jawab.
Oh, mentang-mentang sini. Alright, actually, macam mana nak jawab? Yeah, everywhere. Let's say after you graduate and then you get a first job at the whatever you want to do lah. So there will be at the moment certain time which is about negativity kan in the environment. What can I advise? Yeah, I'm facing a lot. But what a good advice that I can share with you, actually cannot say lah. F word. So actually it's like, I don't care. It's like, toot, talk to my hand. All right. So just do your job. Do your job. There will be at the moment someone or certain time someone demotivate you or talking bad about you. It's okay. It's good for you because someone is noticing that you are much more better than the person. So think positively. So what can I advise is mindset. If you down, let's say you do something and then suddenly you heard the bad thing about you. So someone say you this, you that. Yes, I can tell you that you will be demotivated. Yes, I faced that moment. But what did I do is I sit down, sit tight, which is go somewhere that can make you calm, cool down, and relax after a few moments, and then think about your job, think about positive thing. You need to motivate your own self. Nobody will go, oh, it's okay, come, it's okay, no problem. No. You have to trust yourself. You have to motivate yourself. That's the most important thing once you go to the real world after this. Make sure your mindset is good enough, tough enough. The mindset is everything. Once your mindset is down, everything, you cannot do anything. So train yourself. You need to be real. You will face that moment. All of you will face that moment. Trust me. Someone will backstabbing you. Yeah, of course, normal. But mindset is the key point, right? Be prepared.
This is the thing that I have been telling my students or my friends. If you do not like your work environment, you are not a tree. So you move. Because even the tree or the plant that you see cannot move, right? Because it's static there, but it will just try to tumble to the side that has the sun. So you always have to find your own way to go to the positive side that you like. So especially humans are born to move around. So you just move. If you don't like the environment, you don't have to stay. Simple as that.
For me is when you're working is very different from your study time. So you really want to be professional. So like make sure that the communication is effective. Sometimes when people discuss, like we talk and then we got angry, right? Make sure the things, what happens in that meeting, stay in the meeting. Don't go through personal. And then when things happen, remember look for the root cause and then trying to figure out what is the root cause and don't go to person. Right? You don't blame other person or you don't let other person blame you. So person wasn't the cause, right? You will need to find out what really happens that making this end up become this. Okay, so yeah, that's what I can advise is don't take things personal, because when you take things personal, you will feel very bad on yourself, or you feel you don't want to go to work anymore. When you have to, because in real world you have to work with all these different persons. So even you don't like that person, there's a chance you need to work with them. So yeah, my advice is what happens in work, stay in works, and what happened in meeting, stay in meeting, okay? And then, yeah, I'm think maybe the generation nowadays, they are not really familiar with email, but you know, when we design things, we will always have all these changes. And then you do know at one point they are saying that they want to change like this. Then 2 days later they forgot about it. Okay, though these things are really common outside there. So make sure you write an email and then you CC. You make sure you written down all this record. Okay, it will be helpful for your for your working life lah. If even you want to be an entrepreneur, you're starting your own business, you're also trying to make sure that everything you guys go through, like even though you guys are calling through the phone, and then you guys discuss just like speaking, right? But make sure that you conclude that, written that down, and make sure that person read, or at least they didn't read, they will say like, oh, I understand, I accept kind of thing. So make sure that everything is black and white there. Okay.
But she's right, you know, like sometimes you have to play tricks a bit. Humans are very forgetful. So sometimes now I send the thing to the people. They say they want to change this, change that. So if I don't feel like my design is not good, right, I will delay a bit, buy time. And then 1 week later, I ask again, I present again, the fellow forget. And then they will say, okay, you can proceed. So sometimes we have to be smart a bit, licik a bit.
Work environment is really important. Do you have any advice if facing with the not good work environment?
Kalau bagi saya, untuk environment ni atas kita sendiri. Macam mana kita nak create environment yang working yang best. Jangan dia macam, sebab kita ni, kita sebagai budak design kena ada benda yang kita kreatif. Sebab kita bukan yang duduk dalam office menghadap PC just menghadap dokumen, kita bukan yang macam tu. So dalam bahasa mudah dia, kita apa yang kita rasa kita boleh happy dengan environment yang kita ni, belasah. Itu bahasa mudah.
Nasihat yang sangat baik daripada Encik Khalis. Okey, seterusnya ni soalan ditujukan khas untuk Miss Kowesi. So, I want to ask Miss Kowesi, what was the first win that made you confident that you are doing the right thing? From Ika Rahman Facebook.
First win?
Like macam mana, betul-betul macam confident that that's the benda yang buatkan you fikir yang that's the right thing to do.
When you get salary increment. Okay, so back to this, not just like not just about money, okay. So you will get all this compliment maybe from your superior, okay. So at first you're really not sure that what you are doing is really suitable for them or really correct, but people will give you feedback on and off. That's also one of my company cultures. So all these are superior, they will give me feedback, and also for other people that work in the same project, they will say, oh, we see you're doing really good. Is it? Thank you. But yeah, I think that's the thing I feel like more confident on what am I doing. And through all this feedback, like sometimes you do need to collect all this feedback, because sometimes people just don't tell. You know, maybe for Asian culture, they really like keep everything to themselves. But yeah, you can ask people around, like, do you think I'm doing good, or is there anything that I need to strengthen? And then yeah, just trying to communicate with others and get their feedback, so that you can improve yourself, and then also think of what you really want to go for, because you don't just stop here, right? So you can think of what you really go for in future. You want to start your own business, you want to be a lecturer, or you want to go to the management level. So it all depends on your own choice, but throughout the journey you just learn, and then you adapt. So if people giving you feedback, oh, this is not that good, so you don't take it personal. Okay, you think of like how to make an improvement on your works. So yeah, I think things will reward you one day.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Sebelum kita teruskan soalan daripada online, saya ingin tanya kepada penonton dekat sini, there's a Q&A session, so siapa nak tanya soalan?
Hello. Hello, sir. I'm a first year student. I have a question for Mr. Kalis. Mr. Karami, Mr. Zul. Okay, I call him Mr. Zul. So I have a question for Mr. Zul that when it's like his journey is like a long journey because like he have completed his certificate after diploma and then gone to a degree and then I think he's already completed his master, is it? So my question is like when you're going for a degree, your age is already like 23, 22?
34.
24, like me. Okay. So 24, like, so that time when you are continuing your degree, you should have like, when you're telling to your relative that you are continuing your studies, like you will have a pressure that, why you are not working? Why you are still like studying? Like, why are you still doing your master's? He went to master, when he completed his degree, he went to master. It's a big thing for me. So like you have a pressure and how you gone through that pressure. And second question is like, when you look at Euro facade technology team is like they are more specialized on designing facade. So usually there's have a saying in between designers that there always will have a clash between an engineer between a designer. So how you gone through that and how you're facing the problems between your engineer and how you communicate and how you make yourself always motivate in between this kind of environment.
I got your
Thank you, sir.
point. Okay, first I will go to the first question, which is how you manage your inner self, because you, right now, what is your age right now? 24, first year. Same at my age, me also 24. That time a bit, yes, I will feel a bit stressed because why? My classmate when I was school, Dr. Faiz, he was here. And so, hey, Faiz, what are you doing? And then I was thinking, when I saw him, I was thinking myself, oh, Faiz, he was a lecturer already, and I'm still student. Yeah, but don't demotivate. Everyone have their own way, their own journey. Some of us, which is success early age, 20 something, 30 something, don't care about that. Just care about yourself. If you trust yourself, let's say if you're 24, even right now, let's say if you are 37, let's say you want to continue study again, go ahead, do it. But the main point is, don't let's say how I want to say it, forget about others people, they are what they want to portray about you, because you come here because you want to be here, right? So just focus on yourself, get as much as you want, what you want to learn over here, and then at this moment I think you can there is a bit regret lah for myself, because yes, I have experience, but I didn't do freelance that time. So let's say if you want to do a freelance while you are study, it's okay, good for you. But don't take others people what they say negative about you. Just don't care. Focus on yourself. And I believe you have your main objective, what you want to achieve, right? After 5 years, correct? So you have to get your objective, what you want to get after 5 years or after you graduate. Okay, next is for the current task, which is current job, regarding the relationship between the design and the engineer, right? So yeah, we have our engineer in our team. Some of the design which is we need to admit, we cannot do that, because in the engineering they say they already do the calculation, everything, it will be fail. So you have to accept it. The best thing is, yes, most of them they said engineer and designer will be, the direction is different, because we goes to the styling, and the engineer they have their own rigid which is A is A, cannot change to B. But they have a way how to blend it. Let's say we can check with engineer, what if this one, what is the calculation? Is it fail? Is it pass? Is it strong enough to based on the wind load or the weather? So you have to a bit more discussion with them. So discussion, like we said before, discussion is the key point, so that certain thing that there's on the project that we run will be success. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you for the question and Cik Zuhrami for the answer. Is there any other questions?
Hello. Sorry for asking question again. Okay, my question is like for example, like seniors, like after their degree, so obviously all of us like having a dream that we want to work in like a proton or design R&D department. So is there have you guys like have tried for bigger firms, and for a first comer, like after fresh grad, should we try for a big company or small company? Like Jack Ma says that we always go for a small company, we able to learn a lot of things, then we have to go for big companies. So what panels are thinking that we should try a small company or bigger company? And have you ever been to like a big company interview and they're mocking you and all sort of things? Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
So you can have more time to working on other research. So even though we are already start working, we can also take time to learn other things. Like we are currently using like Adobe InDesign and also like Illustrator. So we also see that every year they have they have these new updates. So in big company, you might have extra time, so you can spend more time on learning on all these new technology. But in small company, you won't able to have time to all this research and self-learning kind of thing. Also in big company, they will have more, I would say like benefits kind of thing. So in small company, you will get more human and human interaction, teamwork, and you will get to know everyone in the company well. But in big company, you hardly know about other people's from other teams. But it also back to your personality, what you really like for. So before you go to that company, did some research and check on the reviews. Is that company is something that you dream of? But if you couldn't decide, why not you just go into the company and just try? You can just try on big company and small company. It doesn't really affect on your resume, right? So yeah, just try will do.
I think one of your senior actually work in Proton. Proton, right? Got. So last time, he was my junior. So when I was graduated, then my batch of my peers, right, they work as product design agency. So they design small items like glasses, like mask punya utensil, cutlery sets. Okay, so when they come out gathering like this, they will say, oh, apa yang you design oh, I design ni, wah cantik lah, ini saya punya design about balik, Then the other one, in the Proton one, what do you design? The dashboard, one part je tau. To in front, that part je. Lain bukan saya. So, what kind of satisfaction you get is different. So it depends on you. I really think that if you are doing grades, you have good design. It doesn't matter big company or small company. It's based on your personal satisfaction and what you really want to get in your life.
Okay, thank you for answering the questions for Dr. Nico and Ms. Kowisi. Is there any other questions from the crowd? So before I continue the questions online. So I think there's one question for Dr. Nico. What is your Instagram account?
My Instagram account is flying in dance, FLYING fly .IN.DANCE. So since last time, because a lot of people would think that you are a lecturer, so you can't be fashionable and you can't do a lot of things that people have a frame for lecturer. You have to be serious. You tak boleh buat joke. A lot of things lah. They think that you cannot do, but I don't understand why they will say you can't do this, you can't do that. So, but that time I also tried to protect myself from my rice bowl lah. So I didn't put my own name, Dr. Nicole, there. So I used Flying in Dance. So not many of my students know my IG as well. But after they found out, they will say, "Wow, actually I like you, because in school, right, I'm actually quite strict. I will tell them to do this. You must follow this. But in social media, I have another personality. So when they found out, actually, it helps. They think that I would rather to have a lecturer like this, like very happy-go-lucky. And I like to see your fashion. When I see you in person in class, I feel that, wow, designer should be like that, We don't really have to dress up like suit up. Sometimes here, I'm not sure. But in Santai University, even some of my Muslim colleagues, they wear deep V, off shoulder. So when they walk in the classroom, you'll feel that, wow, this is my design lecturer, You have a different kind of feel. And then the male, the male staff, we have a lot of whites. So they always suit up and their bag is Versace, Gucci. You feel that, wow, this is design school, So it's slightly different. Sometimes it's not about the brand, but it's the feeling, that image that you give to people, that when the parents come to the school, the parents will know that, oh, this is design school, this is not engineering school, something like that. Thank you.
Okay, next we go to the next question. Ni untuk Encik Zulkarami. Antara industrial design dengan architecture, yang mana lagi seronok atau senang?
Architecture a bit tough. To be frank, a bit tough rather than furniture. This is my personal point of view lah. But I think whatever you want to do at the furniture or architecture, if you really, your passion really on it, in furniture, explore everything. Don't focus on one thing, because just follow yourself, your passion, what really you want to do. Yes, architecture, why I changed from furniture to architecture, because I love the challenge. Every project is different thing. Every problem, every project will be have a different new problem that we need to solve. So that kind of working environment, which is I love it. So you need to keep thinking every project. Okay, this one will be a new system that you need to develop. So it's depend on yourself. You can be furniture, you can be a graphic designer or car styling, you can be entrepreneur, you can be architecture, as long as you follow your passion, what you want to do after this. Once you follow your passion, make sure focus on that path. So study everything, master. You can know everything, but you need to master one thing, which is that one, the passion that you want to.
Okay, next question is for Encik Kalis. Ni daripada junior. So, ada tak ayat semangat untuk junior-junior kita orang? Kita orang junior-junior.
Kalau untuk ayat semangat tu, saya pun tak tahu macam mana. Cuma nasihat saya, kalau dekat mana yang kita dapat peluang, contoh macam saya sini, target saya nak kerja dalam Selangor. Dan before this saya habis tadi saya terus balik Penang. And then dalam beberapa bulan saya selalu ulang balik sini sebab interview. So kita target dekat mana yang kita nak. Contoh dekat Selangor, kita cari je dulu. Bila dapat satu kerja tu, mungkin kita cuba menapak daripada situ. And then lepas tu kalau kita ada peluang untuk explore, kita pergi je. Itulah nasihat saya. Kalau kata semangat tu macam nak pergi perang lah kan.
Dr. Nico, ada tak kata-kata semangat untuk junior-junior yang baru nak masuk dalam bidang ni?
I rasa is effort lah. There's no, everybody say you are lucky to get this job, you are lucky to win this, you are lucky to get this opportunity. I don't think there's something called luck lah. It's all about the effort that you put, how much time you learn, how much time you prepare for this thing, then it will qualify you to get this thing, and you are lucky enough to get it because you work hard enough. So I don't think so in this world there's luck lah, unless you beli toto lah. Kan, you beli toto pun you kena beli lama baru ada luck untuk menangkan. Same thing. Accident pun you pay first kan.
Miss Ko isi?
I would say like understand your own strength and own weakness. So just don't always compare yourself with others. So even though you find out that you might have some weakness, but remember you have some strength on you. And I think industrial design not just make ourselves equipped with the hard the hard skill. So I say that like all the 3D. What I mean by hard skill is like the 3D modeling, all those are design thingy, but also to your soft skill. Soft skill is like problem solving, and then you will be able to collaborate with your peers. And yeah, think out of box is one of the very important criteria when you work outside. You don't have to be same as other because you are different. So yeah, that's all from my side.
Okay, lastly from Encik Zulkarami, kata-kata untuk junior-junior.
It's okay if fail, then try again. It doesn't matter, let's say you fail, you cannot chase your passion or your dream. Let's say for the moment right now you try to work in the big company. Okay, let's say what like you say, right? So what can I advise is, right now, all of you need to prepare already your artworks, digital printing, digital rendering, or whatsoever that your strength is, right? So try to share it in online, Facebook or whatever it is. There is a lot of digital online that you can share your skill or whatever your interest is. But for the moment, I think is the correct way. Prepare your artworks, everything, and then try to post it every day online, so that even there will people will, let's say, will condemn you. It's okay, take it positive thing. So you just, okay, they say about this, take it as a challenge to improve it. It's okay to fail. And then, yeah, of course lah, you need to keep sharing your skills, so that people will see what is your specialist. And then let's say if people say something bad about it, it's okay, take it positive thing and then improve it. Learn. For me, I learn every day. Every day will be a new thing that you will face. Right now, so I'm still take a part-time course, which is on more, that one is more to 3D lah, parametric software, which is related to the rhinoceros, which is related to the building, and then it will be easier for myself lah, for future. So learning you will learn every day, and then keep posting your skill. And yeah, lastly, prepare your artwork and then post online. Right? Make sure you can get first, before you post, maybe you can get a comment from your colleague. Hey, is it okay? Is it my artwork? Is it okay? Get the comment from your colleague first, and then improve, and then post it.
Okey, kita telah pun sampai ke penghujung. So, terima kasih saya ucapkan kepada keempat-empat panelis kita kerana sudi hadir dan berkongsi pengalaman dan pendapat masing-masing pada hari ini. So, moga apa yang kita dapat hari ini tidaklah sekadar masuk telinga kanan, keluar telinga kiri. Dan sebelum berakhir, saya harap semoga para hadirin sedikit sebanyak dapat input positif dari forum pada petang ni. Kesimpulannya, bidang industrial design sangatlah meluas dan kita mampu untuk capai apa yang kita mahu kalau kita mempunyai minat yang mendalam dalam bidang tersebut. Saya sudahi dengan wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan sekian, terima kasih. Saya pas kembali kepada pengacara yang bertugas.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada moderator kita pada hari ini, Dalila Syakirah serta panelis jemputan yang terdiri daripada Zulkarami Mat Husin, Ko-Wisi, Dr. Niko Fususiang dan Muhammad Khalif Muhammad Nasir di atas pengkongsian sebentar tadi. Terima kasih kami ucapkan. Majlis diteruskan lagi dengan sesi penyampaian cenderia hati kepada panelis jemputan. Dijemput Dr. Nazinan Syari untuk ke hadapan untuk menyampaikan cenderia hati diiringi Ketua Pengarah Showcase 2022. Dijemput Zulkarami Mak Husin untuk menerima cenderia hati. Seterusnya dijemput Muhammad Khalif Muhammad Nasir. Seterusnya dijemput Dr. Niko Fususiang. Dan akhir sekali dijemput Ko-Wisi.
Diminta ke semua para tetamu kehormat untuk sesi fotografi. Diminta para pensyarah dan tetamu kehormat untuk sesi fotografi. Diminta para pelajar dan tetamu kehormat beserta pensyarah untuk sesi fotografi.
Majlis mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih di atas sesi fotografi sebentar tadi. Dijemput, panelis jemputan melawat pameran pelajar tahun akhir Reka Bentuk Perindustrian diiringi bersama pengarah Seed Showcase 2022. Setelah selesai sesi lawatan pameran, panelis jemputan diminta ke bilik seminar untuk menikmati jamuan ringan yang telah disediakan. Buat para hadirin yang setia berada di sini, untuk makluman, galeri sedang masih dibuka untuk tatapan umum yang memamerkan 37 projek pelajar tahun akhir Reka Bentuk Perindustrian bermula 25 hingga 27 Julai 2022. Galeri sedang dibuka buat pameran dari 9 pagi hingga 5 petang. Majlis mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada para hadirin yang hadir dan semoga kita berjumpa lagi pada hari esok. Sekian, terima kasih daripada kami. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Ayo berlari, menggapai visi, berilmu berbakti. Jiwa City ini aku berdiri, melangkah mula dan terus berlari, mengejar visi, menggenggam misi. Puncak megah ingin ku tawari, dengan ilmu aku berbakti, julang tradisi untuk betulkan varsity. Ayu semadi hati, katakan ini, we love you BN, we love you BN. Dan sentiasa di hati, kaulah inspirasi. Ayo berlari, menggapai visi, berilmu berbakti. Oh yeah, we love you BN, we love you BN. Kau sentiasa di hati, kaulah inspirasi. Ayo berlari, menggapai visi, berilmu berbakti. Ayu semadi hati, katakan ini, we love you BN, we love you BN. Kau sentiasa di hati, kaulah inspirasi. Ayo berlari,